Good, happy Thursday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, government officials to meet with heating oil companies after recent cold. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
At Ippolito's, our American-made furniture costs you no more than the imports you buy from the box stores and chain stores.
This means you can have your choice of solid cherry, oak, maple, and other select woods for the same price you pay for the imports, made of particle boards and veneers.
How do we do it? Simple. First, no sales tax. Second, no delivery charge. Third, save 10% on all American-made furniture.
So shop Ippolito's,
Where every day is a tax-free holiday.
Or tour our showrooms at IppolitosFurniture.com.
We were on the phone with a variety of companies, and I was on the phone with individuals as well, talking to them folks who had prepaid, were still waiting for oil for up to 2 weeks.
It was a busy stretch of days for people across the state as calls came in from all over. People worried that they wouldn't be able to heat their homes. And now that the thermometers have finally hit above freezing, state leaders are examining the response to the dangerous cold.
Let's bring them all in so they understand our process in emergency planning, what our expectations are, and we understand what their limitations are, so that we can just have better communication as we go through.
Executive Director of the Oil Heat Council of New Hampshire, Bob Scully, says the more than 200 oil companies did the best they could during the cold snap, even getting waivers from the governor so drivers could work longer hours.
They were out there 24 hours nonstop delivering product to their customers. The owners got in the trucks, drove the trucks, pulled the hoses, and did everything they could to make sure the product got where it belonged.
Bob says the wait begins to get long during a stretch of frigid weather as people quickly burn through their oil and run out. State leaders are also suggesting creating a weather threat system that would notify the public of dangerous temperatures.
This type of threat level system would just put it out there that you need to take extra precaution in trying to keep yourself warm.
And also discussed today potential legislation that would prevent any price gouging during times where oil is in high demand. But above all, Scully says there was no shortage of oil, and he urges people to get on a regular schedule with one provider, as companies will take care of their customers before others. Live in the studio, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Beloved Massachusetts woman's death blamed on the flu. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Jenny Ching and her entire family just thought the 51-year-old was fighting a bad cold last week. She went to the hospital a week ago Wednesday and died 2 days later.
She had the flu, and she also developed a bacterial infection, and it just was really severe and caused severe pneumonia.
Getting a flu shot, the norm for the Needham mother and her boys, aged 9 and 7, but her husband wasn't sure if she had the vaccine this season.
I take it a little bit more seriously now because I would have to say, like Jen and maybe others, didn't take, dealing with colds. One of my boys got sent home that day as well. We were up at Needham Pediatrics, and they have the flu as well.
Jenny's extended family includes the New Garden restaurant where she worked her entire adult life. She had a cough but still did the bartending on New Year's Eve.
I can't believe it because she was healthy. She was so happy and driven.
Born in China, Ching moved to Needham at age 20. Her wake here tonight expected to draw several hundred.
The community's been unbelievable. The local school, our friends, just been so supportive. And without them, I don't know how I'd be able to help keep the boys going.
The 51-year-old's funeral is 11:30 tomorrow here in Needham at St. Joseph's. Live in Needham, Rondella Richardson, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Parents express concern over possible school reconfiguration in Gorham. Parents are fighting to keep their community elementary schools as the district consider a possible reconstruction. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
Hey, bud, all set?
Yeah, brakes are fine. White cars next. Tune up an oil change. Bring it into Palmer Springs. Air conditioning.
We can do that.
Tire rotation.
We do that.
Exhaust.
Absolutely.
Give us a call or visit our website. We do it all.
Tonight was supposed to be just a regularly scheduled school committee here in Gorham until dozens of parents showed up to express their concerns about reconfiguration.
Right now, the Gorham schools are going through a tremendous period of growth and enrollment, and the school committee is having to consider the possibility of possible reconfiguration of its elementary schools to address that growing enrollment.
This is the first time in my 30 years I have come to speak to the school board.
There was no shortage of passion from parents and teachers as they discussed how to accommodate that growth.
K-5 schools allow for students to be in one school for 6 years to build those strong relationships. And I think that might be what many of their parents are passionate about. But that doesn't mean that you can't do those sorts of things with a reconfigured or a slightly different structure as well.
Kim Walker is both a parent and a teacher in the system.
Having students transition several times throughout their school career is detrimental to their learning.
She says reconfiguring the schools is just a temporary fix to a long-term problem.
Regardless of which configuration we have, we're still going to need portables.
Both women agreeing that community dialogue is key to making the right decision.
I know that our school board does want what the parents want. They want us to be happy. They want our schools to succeed.
They just want to make sure that their voices are heard in terms of the school committee's decision-making process. And the school committee, to be honest with you, wants to hear those voices.
And the superintendent said they're still a long ways away from making a decision and that she expects much more public comment to come. In Gorham, Erin Dixon, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Bitcoin falls as one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency market rates bill to ban trading. South Korea's Justice Minister said on Thursday that a bill is being prepared to ban all cryptocurrency trading in the country. "17 dead, 17 missing after flooding mudslide forced thousands to flee in California." Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
We're out of body wash. What are you doing? I thought you had a cold.
I don't know this. Mucinex Fast Max is powerful enough to handle pretty much every symptom.
Name one.
How about 9? Sore throat, cough, even...
Yeah, I can read, you know.
We're done here.
Ah, boogers to Betsy!
Mucinex Fast Max. 9 symptoms, 1 dose, max strength. Start the relief, ditch the misery. Let's end this. And for kids' multi-symptom relief, try #1 recommended children's Mucinex.
We are saddened to report that the death toll has now risen to 17, with 2 additional fatalities recovered today. At this time, we are not ready to release the names of the victims or identifying information, but anticipate that we will be doing that in the near future. We also know that there are many people who are still missing family members and friends and are deeply concerned about the uncertainty of their status. We are happy to report that some of those who were unaccounted for have been located safely and reunited with their loved ones. But there are still 13 reported missing persons cases, and we have a number of other names that we have gleaned from social media and from other sources that we are looking into as well.
I am very pleased to report that we have over 500 responders working on this search and rescue effort and 10 search dogs. They have successfully rescued 3 people since this morning. Yesterday afternoon, I reported that there were people still trapped in Romero Canyon without any way out, and we were able to remove all of them last night.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. Goodbye, everyone.